I think we are good to go. I want us to start off. You can see we are live and we have started off very well. Our first thing is we are going to have feedback from you as we start off this session. And we have been talking on how we can have our learners managing this long holiday of 2 months at home. And we are coming from the corona period where we have not enjoyed this period since the comparison one, which was just a natural calamity. But now we are at home. So before I introduce my colleague, we going to do, our topic is very simple, and then we have engagement on our chat. I want us to have a discussion on a purposeful and intentional way of a learner to just in the pursuit of progress as a smart student. Purposeful and intentional pursuit of progress as a smart student. That's our intention, and we are going to have that discussion right now. So welcome. Let me welcome, before I introduce myself, let me welcome my colleague here to introduce himself.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nyoka. Yeah, so my name is Isaiah Mugambi. Yes, I'm a teacher at Tumutumu Girls High School, where I teach mathematics and biology with IT. Yeah, so this is what we are intending to share as my core facilitators communicated. Yeah, and we are intentional with the word purposeful and also intentional pursuit. Yeah, so, and that is what we'll be able to discuss. So feel free, yeah, to engage us, especially even as we talk with you today, and even as we engage on this particular issue. And you can be a parent, you can be a student. Feel free to reach out to us, and also feel free, yeah, to share this video to others, especially for the students and the parents. You can share and also be able to subscribe. And as we continue to share, engage us, feel free, yeah, to engage us so that we can be able to have a fruitful, long holiday. Yeah, so thank you so very much.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Saya. And I didn't say who I am. I am Anyoka Joshua. I'm an enthusiast of ICT. I'm a teacher by profession. I teach mathematics and physics in one of the great schools in the Republic of Kenya, Alliance Tumutumu Girls. I know our learners are watching us, or you can even watch later. But I believe that we can share and reach. You can see the number of people who are watching is quite, we want it to increase so that we can engage each other on just a discussion that we are purposing on how a learner can become a smart student and can be engaged during this long holiday productively. And by the end of it all, by January, we are back. Now, back to our topic. I'm going to do just an elaborate way of having our discussion. So our topic is, our topic, generally we are surrounding the environment at home and how we are going to have a learner who is pursuing excellence, pursuing progress in academics, pursuing progress in character development. That's the good mannerism, good morals, what is acceptable in the society. But this one must be pursued, must be intentional, must be purposeful. That there's nothing that is accidental. I remember those who are scholars and those who have been propagating good manners in every society, they tend to do it intentionally. Everything is about intentional. That's our call at this time. So how can a learner become a smart student intentionally for these 2 months they are going to stay at home? So before I give opportunity to my co-host here, I want us to go through this surrounding. One, we are going to define how can you define yourself? And Mr. Sai is going to help us on how a learner can define him or herself in terms of one, tumesema intentionally, in terms of one, according to your environment. Where environment, we can categorize it into urban setting. We can have this environment in a rural setting, environment in a place we cannot say whether it is urban, whether it is rural, in an environment where we have even you are in urban and then you are in slums. But all these environments give prize to the learners. No, when they are in uniform, they are in school. They are all in uniform. They are all equal, treated equally, taking every meal from one corner, from one place. But now at home, they are different. Now, in these 3 categories, how can a learner manage, bearing in mind that the environment mostly is not about trees, it's not about buildings, it's not about the roads, it is all about the people surrounding. So we want to have an idea that and we know every good thing, every trouble that in the learner's life, we start from the surrounding. We start from the environment. So we are here to discuss how can an environment shape you as a learner? And an environment should not control you. So on this line, that environment shapes but not controlling you. So Mr. Saya, on now urban setting on the environment, how can a learner behave during these 2 months?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. That's a very wonderful introduction, and especially to bring us to perspective. Now, what exactly now is the reality that we have now to 25th of January? Yeah, so, and for this holiday that we'll be celebrating Christmas and the New Year's Eve. But I want to say that now, as my co-host has also been able to say, yeah, so a learner is someone who is now learning a particular skill, yeah, so or learning a particular subject. And I know that now for those that love looking for meanings also in the dictionary, we'll see that now they will say that the other synonyms of a learner is apprentice, a trainee, a pupil, a student, and all that. Yeah, so and I want to say that now in discussing about now learning the skill, biology or physics, of which now those are few things that also we learn, but I just want to say, and there are 4 areas that now will surround the life of a student. And I will summarize them with 4 letters. That is S, E, A, and S. If you want to mention that, you can say that is C's. And we usually say those are C's of life. So for S, we'll say that that is your spiritual life. Yeah, now it is going to be now C's of life, the 4 windows of life. So those are the few things. Those days that we will be there for 8 weeks for a holiday, and we've been having a crash program from 2020, and now this is 2022. Yeah, so that is quite a task that we need to be able to understand these 4 areas of life. And how can we be intentional? How can we be able to live, and be able to come back in 2023 for the students and even the teachers, and also for the parents? We will have them. We'll have our teenagers, at this particular time when there is an information age. So we must get intentional about this particular point of life. And I want just to mention, maybe to start with, I'll start with the first area of life that surrounds a life of a student. and a life of also those that will be viewing and also those that are parents. And number one is what I'm saying about your spiritual life. Yeah, I know that now for those that are Christians, there are forums that are being organized for us. So I want to say that now how we grow in our spiritual lives also may dictate a lot of things that happen in the way that we do our things. Because one thing that I want to bring to our attention is that now our students or our daughters and sons, we are in the formative stage where we are getting a lot of things. And actually the things that surround you, that is why we are very intentional with my co-host to say about the environment, because your environment defines your worldview. So, and then now, who are the people that now you surround yourself with? Maybe let's say, for example, in church, maybe let's say, for example, in mosque and other places where maybe they meet in the place of worship. Yes, how intentional are we with the walk with God? And for those that now that are born again and are Christians, I will say that we need, this is the point that we can develop our convictions about life. This is the time that we can develop our values by attending conferences. Actually, we will be able to tell you of more conferences that are there so that you can be able to attend and be nourished, and so that you can be able to grow spiritually. Maybe I may want to
reduce the growth of a learner. Or a parent should actually wish that a daughter or a son will grow in these three dimensions. I can select that one because I'm a student of mathematics and so about logic. So the logical way I can analyze from what he has said, one is that that is on the matters of academics. How are you growing? You are progressing from Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. Not just physically only, but you are growing, not numbers, but you are growing mentally. You are now handling the Form 2 work, Form 3 work. And now, we are bringing in, how can a learner purpose? How can a learner pursue progress in the three dimensions? Now, we want to do a number of suggestions. Because our environment is very different, and we are going to intentionally address and make maybe suggestions on a number of gearing the issues, and there I make suggestions on how we can have these learners engaged during this 2 month long holiday. So I want us to start with, what are the possible? That's the question now. What are the possible engagements that you can have our learners engaged in? Mr. Saya has suggestively given one that is like accessing the more aspect of the learner. For example, has given about the conferences. Sure. Conferences which are targeting the
on a very tall tree. So I want to say that now, number one, especially on these activities that we are suggesting and also we are encouraging us to be able to participate in, number one is to shape our worldview. And I want to say that now, when we learn from the people that have gone ahead of us, we are able to correct on the mistakes that now probably that we wouldn't have done and that they did, but they can tell us that this is not the way. But that is, if you follow this way, you'll succeed in your life as a person. You'll succeed also in your academics and also other spheres of life. You know, yeah, it will shape our worldview. And number two, will build our convictions. So, and our convictions is the things that we know, that surely we know. Yeah, so because I want to say that one of the challenge that we are facing as a generation is a place where we have a people that have no conviction. You know the song that has been running, Shughulika Dayako, and Sipangwingwi and all that. And we have seen even actually people singing and also, you know, advocating for the whole thing. But I want to say that one of the way that we can be able to succeed, Yeah, so even in this area, and also be able to get ourselves now growing and also intentional and purposeful as students and people that are learning and growing, is that by getting to also have to develop convictions so that we can be able to pass it on now to our people that will come after us. Because I want to say that the greatest need for our people and our generation today, it is not only by doing studies, by doing many other things, but it's also being able to also pass it on to the generation that is to come. Yeah, because when we don't pass it on, the values, the convictions that are right, what will happen? We'll have a gap in our generations that will come. Yeah, so and that is one of the things that I will encourage. If there is a call for maybe for seminars in the church, yeah, so where you are, you need to be able to take it up. You need to take it up, because when you take it up, there are people that will be able to guide you through. There are people that will be able to, mentor you, that you can be able to grow as an awesome student, but also as a smart scholar. Yeah, so the other thing that I want to mention, yeah, so even about now during this long vacation, is about being intentional also in our academics. Yeah, so at this particular point of time, that is where we have a lot of, ceremonies, a lot of to our places, we go visit our our relatives and many other people. But I just want to say that we need also to develop a schedule, that this is what we'll be able to do even during the time that will be in the holiday. That is making a timetable and saying that this one I will still be able to do it, because I know January mentioned. So get a timetable. Yeah, so if you hear there are online classes, yeah, so plug in. When you hear there is so
we are moving on very well.